Greetings from Mobility Outlook and welcome to Mobility Conversations. Our guest for today is Mr. Venkatram Mamillapalle, MD and Country CEO, Renault India. Venkat, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for your sparing your valuable time.
Thank you.
What is your reading on the auto industry in India, especially the passenger car segment?
What I see is we had been after the COVID. There was a lull during the COVID, but after that there's a good pickup of market, and we will continue to grow in this fashion for next at least 5 to 6 years for sure. And the speed at which we are growing, I think it's not far away that we would be touching about 5 million cars, at least by 27-28 time frame. Okay. So the growth is there, TIV is improving, and we have record months consecutively coming up in the last few months, and this trend would definitely continue as we move forward.
Okay. So Renault India will also see the same.
So it's all moving in the same direction. So growth is inevitable in current market scenario. So the growth is there for the total industry volume as well as for Renault, and that continues to happen.
Okay. What are the changes Renault India is experiencing after the global alliance shareholding pattern, changes in the shareholding pattern?
See, very recently we announced about specifically India as well as the globe.
Correct.
And it's more cooperation, more trust between the alliance partners. That's what we are seeing it. And it will happen. It will stronger and stronger growth will also take place between the partnership and the alliance members. And it's very evident that these changes were required at the given point of time because the whole global market is changing its scenario, and we are strengthening our relationship by having a balanced approach on the shareholding. So I think it is good for both alliance partners.
Are there pain points to be addressed here?
There are no pain points because you are strengthening an alliance. So why will you have any pain points? It's only together we have to work, and we are working and will continue to work. So, and I had been in alliance before as purchasing function, and I know how cooperation works and how strength we had when we were working as an alliance, and that will only grow on moving forward in various functionalities too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's interesting to know. Renault India has very, I think, a lower single-digit market share. So, what is your strategy going forward to increase it?
If you see in last few months or few years, I would say that we started getting into the rural market very strongly, thanks to the dealer network, dealer partners who are able to also spread their showrooms into the rural market. We also tied up with CSC, and it helped us. And today, if you see the Triber, very important vehicle for the rural market, is very successful, well accepted, and it continues to grow its market share in the rural areas. And this is the first point, and it's very critical for us for our growth. Yes, we are at a lower single-digit market share, and we continue to grow our market share with new products. That's what we announced very recently. Between the alliance partners, we are going to bring 6 vehicles, and that will strengthen our position and also moving our segment from A to A plus to B segments. And we'll continue to spread ourselves and gain the market share. So that's the ambition, and we continue to work in the direction.
Yeah. The brand recall was at its peak when Renault launched Duster, but after it started dwindling. What is the current status, and then how do you plan to get back to that or even grow?
Okay. One is the brand, Renault brand as it is. We have seen its growth. We have spread ourselves very well across the country with 850,000 customers currently in the marketplace. Duster was a good launch platform for us where you build the brand, and we continue to build that same brand with Quid. Then post that we had multiple launches. Yes, they did not perform, but Triber definitely helped us, and then followed by Kiger. So we are building on this brand, but the car platforms which we are launching specifically for India, like Quid or the Triber and the Kiger, had really improved our positioning in the marketplace. So Duster is a starting point, but we continue to move on to a right direction, and we continue to grow in that direction. So I think we are doing a good job there.
This shareholding between Nissan and Renault in the that is the technical center. It is 51 now. What it all means for Renault?
I said it is a balancing of shareholding, which means sharing of trust between them. Similarly, in RNEIPL, the manufacturing plant
Over
is
there.
the same way, that it is 51 Nissan, 49 Renault, and the same balancing happened in RNTBCI, where Renault is 51 and Nissan is 49. So it's only exposes ourselves that we trust each other,
Okay.
strengthen our alliance, and work together for its success.
For global programs, the research and development or the product engineering, everything happens here.
Yeah.
Do you see this increasing going forward?
It's increasing every program wise. Any program which gets added up in Europe
Okay.
or elsewhere in the world, they are definitely coming into RNTBCI for its work. So the engineering center is here. So obviously the growth happens. Today we are housing close to about 8,000 engineers in that place. And we also announced that we are going to add manpower because of the new programs. That was part of the announcement which we did very recently. And we are adding people because there's a growth. So therefore the growth is inevitable with the new programs coming in either in India or outside the India. So growth is happening and it will continue to happen.
Yeah. How do you see the prospects for exports?
Exports, if you see for Renault, we have seen a growth of almost 37%. And we did exports of close to about 27,000 vehicles closing 2022 December. And markets are well established for us on the export side. And we continue to ship cars outside India. And it's necessary because you are a right cost country, India being the right cost country and a right-hand drive. We are currently using or exploiting the opportunity of exporting all the right-hand drive countries. And we'll continue to do so as we move ahead with the new products coming in.
You recently tied up with the Ennore port, no?
Yeah.
That's probably towards that.
Yeah.
So, how do you effectively, utilize the logistics, from the plant until it reaches the customer?
See, we have our truckers and we also use train. The train is also a major transportation mode for us. And especially anything which goes to the northern part of India, we use the rails, racks from here to Delhi and then gets shipped on the last mile through the car containers. And the southern portion of the country, we use all the car containers and ship. So logistics wise, we are good. And we also have ILN centers where we, whether it's Pune or Delhi, somewhere else, we collect the material from the suppliers, put them in a truck and bring it to the plant for assembly purpose. So both in and outbound, both are very functional and effective. We are in one corner of India. Yeah, there is issue related to cost. Some suppliers on the northern part of India and central part of India, there's a cost associated in the transportation. But however, there's a large supplier base located in Tamil Nadu. So it gives us that benefit. Because you also have other OEMs sitting here and their supplier base and our supplier base is pretty vast in Chennai, in and around Chennai. So that helps us in the logistics and we are pretty efficient on that.
Chip shortage is, I think, threatening again. What is your reading of the supply chain crisis? How is it going to be?
See, the chip shortage is coming on and off, okay, at least from last 2-3 years, I would say. We were expecting that the chip shortage would streamline in this year. But unfortunately, it's again cropping up and we are seeing shortages. Hopefully, this may not live so long the way it has been in last couple of years. Let's wait and watch. The supplier, our partners are really working hard to make sure to run the lines. So far, there's no stoppage, at least in Chennai plant. So we are working continuously. I hope we'll continue with that support from our supplier partners. So.
Is there any particular reason for you to say that it will not prolong more like earlier?
It's a demand and supply, first of all, okay? And every car is getting electrified or more digital features are coming in. So the demand for the chips will keep on increasing. So is the production capability of the chips companies. And what I read is many people are tying up with the various chip makers and having contracts with them so that they safeguard their interest into production. And this trend is started only last couple of years when they saw this shortage happening. And this will only furthermore strengthen to make sure that you protect your supply chain and you have a continuous production and you don't get into any shortage mode. But there is a time which is required to streamline and fulfill your pipeline so that there is a continuous flow of material or the chips needed for the production. And my confidence level that this will improve is the investments which, when the shortage happened,
Okay.
many companies have started investing in expansion. And they will start giving you results as we move ahead
Yeah.
into production. So any chip manufacturing company or expansion will take time. Basically, it's not that overnight they can multiply the volume. It needs some time. So the time is, I think it will be finished by this middle of this year or end of this year, and the volume should improve. That's my expectation. So
Yeah, great. What are the prospects for you to source components for your global operations?
we are exporting parts from India. The island, which I said, are used as a hubs for collecting parts. They get into Chennai island, they get packed and then shipped across the world. So we are already doing that, and in a significant way, and we continue to do that when we bring new models too.
What kind of volumes that you export?
In the sense, in the components,
Yeah, the components.
if I remember, it is about 2,000 crores worth of material goes out of India, and it will only improve or increase because when we bring new models, obviously you will have more parts to opportunity to export.
Now let me ask you about the product strategy that you have for the next 2-3 years.
As I told you before in the announcement, we as alliance partners both put together, we are going to bring 6 cars, out of which 2 are EVs, because EV is a new trend which we are also participating into that. And the detail of product portfolio will tell you when time comes. At this point of time, we are not revealing it as we are building up the plans. There's a team working on that, and work has already started, so we are on track. Hopefully, very quickly, we will announce the product lineup.
Yeah. From the manufacturing point of view, I think both companies utilize only 40 to 50% of the installed capacity at the Oragadam plant.
Yeah.
So how do you see this filling up?
See, currently we are running 3 products for Renault, and for Nissan it's 1 product, Magnite, and to some extent they were doing kicks, which is also stopped. The 4 products, we are at about 48-50%. I would say that it's not 40%, it's 50%. And we also have exports. Still, the Sunny is getting exported as we speak, and this is also adding volume. And then the new products which are going to come, which are going to be in the other line, the line 1, which will take the new products, which will actually fill the plant. And the installed capacity of that is 480,000, but because of various other requirements, changes which have taken place, I think it is about 172 to 175,000, 472 to 475,000. And this volume should be good enough for us in 2025, 26, 27, with all new products coming in. We should be filling up the plant fully.
What kind of changes the plant needs when you get into manufacturing EVs?
It's only the assembly line, probably. I'm not an expert on the assembly line, so I'm not sure what changes they have to make. But what I understand is that the way you handle the batteries, assembly, and the electrical BMS and other things, that needs a change in the trim line, most probably.
Okay.
I don't foresee any changes on the body shop or on the weld shop.
Absolutely.
I think not significant changes, I believe.
Changes, yeah.
But I'm not an expert on that.
Okay. On the sustainability initiatives, I think your recycled materials are being looked at it. If you can throw a little more light on this.
Currently, we have tied up with Zero, the vehicle scrapping company, which is owned by Mahindra. And that's the first step where we are looking at for recycling of cars, used cars. And slowly we are also trying to work on neutrality. So that's the second portion. And it's part of the global leadership commitment that we have to work in that direction to have a green earth. And as we move ahead, when we bring our EVs, we will also look at how we can recycle the batteries and so on and so forth. Okay. And we are yet to move in that direction, but we started with the recycling of used cars, and that's a starting point, which we are doing it very aggressively with the help of our dealer partners. And dealer partners are also giving us a lot of help in taking the cars and giving the new cars on a buyback process, and whichever car can be scrapped, those are being shipped into the plants where the scrapping is being done. Okay. So we are working in that direction, but we can do better, and we will.
On the other side, like for example, the power how initiatives to take dependency on the.
The plant is running, I would not say 100% on solar, but they are putting up first phase of solar panels have been laid, and the second phase is going on as we speak. So that side, which is going into the grid, and you get the net metering type of power consumption, which is being planned across. And these steps at the plant manufacturing location is being done.
Okay, great. What's your vision for Renault India?
We have to make profit, so that's the most important thing. Second is my dealer network have to be very, very strong and profitable. Fortunately, I have very good dealer partners. We have about 127 dealer partners across India, and thanks to them, I appreciate their efforts, understanding, and support which they are giving for Renault, and we will continue to work with them for sure. Third is our customers, who are very, very important to our business, and we will grow our customer base. Already we have about 850,000 people, and we'll continue to grow this. And again, thanks to my customer base that they are appreciating our products, because we design, build everything for our Indian customers, and for sure that they are enjoying our products and will continue to grow. And the ambition is by at least 2028-29, we also enter into EV, because that's the requirement, and we see market growing into EV segments at that time frame between, I would say, 2028 to 32. So that's when we will also be entering. So we will have A plus, B plus, and then EVs. So this is the full product range, and we'll also work on the C segment too, moving forward.
Venkat, wonderful.
Thank you very
so
much
for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.